Hello, friends. I'm Cassandra Joan Butler, Agent 56 with the CIA, Cosmic Intelligence Agency. And we're at that moment of the week when we have cosmic connections. So, this is just a housekeeping note. I'm going to cover 2 weeks for you tonight. I will not be available next Wednesday. It's rare that I have a chance to take a little vacay, which I will be doing with my sisters and my daughter. So I will be out of range next Wednesday, but be back on the, February the 7th for Cosmic Connections, at which point I'll be telling you all about the new moon. But tonight we're going to be talking about the full moon and the last quarter square. So we're going to be covering 2 different lunations. So listen up and take notes or replay it or whatever. We have a lot of ground to cover tonight. And good evening, everybody. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Yeah, it's a lot of information that we'll be covering. First of all, how are you feeling? If you're a fixed sign, that is Scorpio, Taurus, Leo, or Aquarius, you might be feeling a little jumpy. Or if your moon or your rising sign is fixed, you might be feeling a little jumpy. Here's an astrological nugget for you. You can count out the square to your sun in terms of months. 90-degree angle. We talk about the 90-degree angles every month when we talk about the quarter squares between the sun and the moon. So a 90-degree angle, a square, causes internal tension and focus and action and wanting to get things accomplished. And that happens to each of us when the sun is squaring our sun. That happens twice a year, right? We have our birthday, solar return. Then we have our halftime when the sun is opposite ourselves, right? So you look 6 months opposite, whereas the sun, when it's opposite, that's significant. Birthday significant. And then you have the 2 quarters. Those are approximately 4 months after after your birthday. So I always take a big breath at the end of January because when the sun goes into Aquarius and it hits 4 or 5 degrees of Aquarius, that's squaring my 5-degree Scorpio sun. Same thing with the end of July. 5 degrees of Leo squaring my sun. So I always feel kind of revved up and sometimes not so great. So I was not having such a great week because I've just been pushing myself. With reason. I'm going to be going away for a little bit, but there's just so many tied up loose ends I have to do. So a big shout out to all you wonderful people who attended the year ahead. You should have gotten at least one recording of the year ahead, and I will be making a year ahead video available for purchase, but I want to re-edit another version. By the time I get to it, it'll be June. No, I'll get it done in the middle of February. But there's just, doesn't your January feel like so much has been packed in? Doesn't it feel, friends, question of the night, that life has sped up in some ways since January 1st? We are at the 24th of January. Doesn't Christmas seem like months ago? I think it does because it's a perception. Because after all, when we started the new year, bang, we have Mercury go direct. And now we have our first full moon of the new year. And again, at the degree of 6 degrees of Leo. And we're going to talk about that tonight. We're also going to talk about the quarter cycle at 13 degrees of Scorpio. So without further ado, big hugs. Welcome. Good evening. Thanks for being here, dear friends. Okay. And we will be doing spiritual messages as well, of course, tonight. And if I can talk fast enough, I'll bring in extra. Well, we'll see how the time goes. I don't want to keep you up all night. All right. So let's add this. Whoops, slides. So this is happening tomorrow. There's our full moon Capricorn cycle. Remember, we're still under the Capricorn cycle. And so the full moon, when we get a glimpse of what we're trying to learn through Capricorn, is happening tomorrow. So tomorrow, the 25th, at 5 degrees of Leo, is the full moon. taking place, my friends, at 12:54 p.m. So if you're feeling a little jumpy like I am, you'll feel better after 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make the adjustments to wherever you may be on the planet. You know, we had our big ingress of Pluto on Saturday the 20th, conjunct the sun. And with that ingress, it's still hanging out and affecting us, right? So when I say it's intense, I mean it's intense. This full moon has it talking to, the full moon itself is talking to Pluto, and it's saying, I've got to get everything done. I've got to get everything done. If I don't, it's like a life and death situation. Nothing's life and death situation except life and death, but it may feel like that for many of us. Now, at that junction of my sentence, I'm going to make one comment to you beautiful Buffalo Mafia people. No, Bills Mafia people. My daughter always corrects me. The Buffalo doesn't have a mafia group that cheers at the stadium. It's called the Bills Mafia. And Pluto was on top Buffalo's chart when that expression came into being several years ago. So I think this is just a thought. Buffalo, like, all right, so those of you in Australia, New Zealand, and the UK, you might not quite get this, so bear with me for a moment. But there's been a collective depression since Sunday here in Western New York and elsewhere in the country, too, because there's a lot of Buffalo Bills football fans all throughout the world, of course. We are America's team, after all. Right? We were red, white, and blue? I don't know, but Buffalo, New York is a 0 degrees of Taurus. So this Pluto was squaring Buffalo. It was an intense loss and an intense sense of sadness and sorrow, I think, among many fans and across the region in total. And there's been a lot of talk about the game and so forth and the players and the snafus. And then I want to step back and say, we're being too intense. It's still a game. But I was caught up in it myself, right? So I want to make that statement because it's demonstrative of the intensity of this full moon affecting the Tauruses. Buffalo's a Taurus town. The Scorpios, the Leos, and the Aquariuses. See, so this is an astrological lesson. This full moon, which peaks tomorrow, and we often feel the energy of division and conflict, friends, during the gibbous phase, which we are in as I am speaking. The gibbous is right before the moon is exactly full. And that's often the time when our anxieties and our impressions, our intuitions, and our right brain is just popping all over the place. Like we're not really thinking, we're feeling our way. So this full moon has that Pluto attached to it. That's the point. And Pluto is, among other things, the archetype of the Godfather. See the threads back to the Buffalo Bills Mafia, the Godfather planet that works under the surface. So welcome to the Pluto ingress, friends. We have a good 20 years to process it, a lot more time than I have time tonight to talk about. But we also have an intensity with this full moon because Mars, Mercury, and Psyche are all together in the sky in the practical sign of Capricorn. So what that means, our perceptions are moving through practical, grounded, I've got to get something done and accomplished this week because Mars is motivating us. Our mind might be overworked, but Psyche in the mix is saying, hey, it's okay to use your intuition. You don't have to be limited to just linear thought and making notes to yourself. Use your instincts. So that's another thought about this full moon, friends. We do have this lovely grand trine involving Uranus, Juno, and Mars. And a grand trine is when planets are making a little triangle in the sky and the energy is flowing more easily. And it's an opportunistic type of aspect for us to ground what needs to be done in an efficient way with a little bit of a surprise thanks to Uranus. We also have Neptune and Juno opposite each other. Juno is the partner, Neptune is idealism and forgiveness and sometimes confusion. In our personal partnerships, the full moon might elevate or illuminate how wonderful someone is to us. Let's take that as an option, right? How wonderful and how unconditionally loving a partner is. Let's take that option. Or we might be confused about our feelings, one or the other, with this configuration. I love this. Sedna and Pallas are also configured with this full moon. And Sedna is the feisty feminist who doesn't take anything from anyone. Even though her father killed her, she still redeemed herself by becoming the goddess of the seas. She's opposite Pallas. Pallas is the warrior goddess. So this is saying, wherever you find Sedna and Pallas in your chart, I'm standing my ground as a female. Again, the inner female within all of us. What's the major message of this full moon? Play. After all, it's in Leo. So after tomorrow, things lighten up and brighten up, I hope, I believe. And please factor in some old-fashioned creativity, romance, or playfulness in the next week or two, because the full moon is asking us to do this. Now, the other thing about the full moon Sabian symbol, I say two females, right? That's shorthand for the Sabian symbol, which is an older conservative woman is confronted by an up-to-date modern woman. When this was written, of course, in 1925, they used the word flapper. You can also put the word hippie in there from the 1960s. But two females are confronting each other, looking at each other and saying, yeah, she's wrong, she's wrong. Generational differences. My cat is wanting attention, that little ball in the background. Hi, Jaspers. Anyway, so these two women are confronting each other, and the interpretation is the relativity of social values. If you've ever had a generational conflict with someone, you've got to take their point of view, and then you kind of merge it. So this full moon is also illuminating conflicts between two perspectives in our lives. Kind of interesting. All right, so where is this full moon falling? If it is falling, friends, in your Aries rising sign or Aries sun sign, it is really activating your ability to play and have fun and have joy. Use the full moon to get out there and celebrate. For Taurus, it's activating your fourth house of home and family. You might be wanting to do a deep clean, I don't know, remodeling, that's very extreme, or a move, or maybe just tidy things up. And with your family, you're wanting to illuminate ways to become less conflictual and more together. That's for our Taurus friends. For Gemini or Gemini rising, it's all about the communication, cognition, getting paperwork done, teaching, selling, expressing yourself, and making a better arrangement with the way you're using your time. For Cancer or Cancer rising, the full moon is illuminating your income and your self-worth and value. It's asking you to become a little bit more, shall we say, confident in yourself with all your skills and all your wonderful attributes. Be bold and proud of yourself, Cancer people. The full moon is shining a light on the Leos. Well, this is only one full moon each year that belongs to you, Leo, and this one is it. Really step into your charisma, step into your leadership, feel good about you. You're going to be shining brightly with this full moon, Leo or Leo rising. For Virgos, you might be a little tired, you might be a little fatigued, or you might just be connecting with your spiritual center in a much deeper way, because it is, after all, in your 12th house. So Virgos, take naps, but tune into your spirituality in a deeper way. For Libra or Libra rising, really, it's time to get social. Call those friends you've been ignoring, connect with people, reach out to others, your associations, your groups, have some fun. Again, remember, the underlying theme here is Leo full moon. Fun, fun, fun. Fun with friends for the Libras. For Scorpio, it's all about your career. Really step into your leadership. Don't be afraid. You have it, Scorpio or Scorpio rising. Take a look at ways to become better equipped in taking the lead with doing what your heart's desires. For Sagittarius, it might be time to take a trip or to teach or expand your sense of self, your sense of truth, to not be ashamed or scared to speak up and tell it like it is. Sagittarius is good with that anyway, but this full moon is really going to activate that for you. For Capricorn, it's about taking a look at long-term financials and taking a look at ways to become stronger and more powerful within your psychological or spiritual self. For Aquarius, well, this full moon is in your partnership house. Pay attention to your partner, do something wonderful for them, become a better partner, become a lot more excited with the intimacy that you share, and develop a deeper connection. For Pisces, you're looking at your work. You're saying, I don't like this, I don't like that, I don't like this, I got to make some changes, I've got to get some new tools. Or maybe your health, Pisces. This full moon is making an illuminating message to you. It's time to get healthier. All right, so we're all good with that. That's what's happening tomorrow for the next week. And then we're going to go next week's energy. I'm going to skip now. Now, in the meantime, we have this disseminating cycle. This is a short cycle. It's not that long, but it's kind of interesting. That takes place on Sunday, the 28th. It's called the Painter degree. It's taking place at 8 degrees of Virgo. Look to where 8 degrees of Virgo falls in your chart. And this is the Sabian symbol of the expressionistic painter. And the keywords is originality. So for all of us, become a little bit more original on Sunday until the quarter cycle. And one of the qualities of this aspect is Black Moon Lilith has been replacing Neptune with Juno. So all of a sudden, those nice thoughts you've been having about your partner, you suddenly say to yourself, are they up to something? I'm not sure I trust them. They're not for me. It's a passing phase. If you have that, take a look at the aspects and say, I can let that go. I don't have to be so critical of my partner. Again, this is Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. The originality 8-degree Virgo is trining the moon. We're feeling exhausted, but happy that we've quote unquote made it. And Sun is still opposite Pallas. And the question remains, who's really in charge here? So that's a minor cycle, but I wanted to add that to you. Okay, so next week, when I won't be here, and this is going up to February 2nd, that's the quarter cycle, last quarter. The moon is losing its light. We've already had our illumination during the full cycle. And here we have an emphasis at 13 degrees of Scorpio. Now, this is called the Inventor degree. The Inventor degree is something like this. Let me make sure I get it right. An inventor is performing a lab experiment in the interpretation, again, from the 2nd until the 9th of February, this degree is in effect. The inventor performs a lab experiment. The ability to interact and interrelate, connect the dots, unrelated facts, to be kind of a detective, so to speak. So the inventor, the detective degree is aspecting on the 2nd of February, which of course is a cross-quarter day, a very spiritual day, in fact, because it's halfway home to the next season, right? So take a look to where 13 degrees of Scorpio falls, and that's going to help you rebuild some aspect of your life. Saturn and Hygeia, public health is being activated. We may have some information about public health. We have that suspicion floating around. We have some trust, however, because Venus and Psyche will be together, and it's saying to yourself, oh man, can I trust my hunches? Can I trust my intuition? Absolutely you can after February 2nd. And there's also some stories perhaps about food prices, because we have Ceres and Eris being activated on that time frame. Let's take a look at some of the aspects for Friday the 2nd going forward with the quarter cycle. We're rebuilding, if you're Aries, you're rebuilding your wealth. I'm just going to go fast because we have some spiritual messages to do. For Taurus, we're rebuilding our relationships after the 2nd of February. For Gemini, we're rebuilding our health. We're rebuilding our play. For Cancer people, for Leo people, we're rebuilding our home and our family relationships. For Virgo, we're rebuilding our way to manage time. For Libra, we're rebuilding our income. For Scorpio, we're rebuilding ourself, our vital force. Sagittarius, we're rebuilding our sense of intuition and spirituality. We're rebuilding for Capricorn our friendships and our associations. For Aquarius, we're rebuilding our outer responsibilities, our career. And for Pisces, we're rebuilding our sense of what's true for us. All right, a lot of information. And I'm going to do some readings now, my dear friends. And thank you so much for being here. And how the readings work, I simply choose with my thumb and do some spiritual messages. So thank you for your patience. Dear God, please allow me to serve. Please allow my words be filled with love and light, truth, inspiration, and healing for the highest and best as we align ourselves with the Holy Spirit. Amen. And I'm with, oh, thank you for the compliment. But my thumb did go to you, Maria Nash, because you gave me the compliment. So Maria Corey Picaro, I'm with you to give you a little message, Maria. And if you're still in the room, just say, hey, I'm here, and I'll give you a little message. As I'm tuning into you, Maria, I'm very aware of a very strong female lineage in spirit. I think there may have even been a grandmother with the middle name of Maria who's in spirit. The name Maria is resonating with me through the ancestry. It might have been her first name, but I think she wasn't called Maria. Maybe she was called Mar or Mary or something like this. But she's coming in. This is a grandmotherly figure. And she's saying that you have to eat better, sweetheart. She's saying you got to slow down and prepare your meals. And she used to make big meals and package them in, I don't know, the freezer, presumably, or do canning or something like this. She wants you to take care of food prep and to be more mindful of what you're eating. A typical grandma, right? But not that I'm not saying you have to do this. I'm just saying this is a message from her to you. And the other thing I'm picking up, where you find Libra in your chart, Maria, I'm feeling that you're expanding a new form of creativity in your life. For example, if you were using I don't know, colored pencils or something, you might be using colored inks. I'm getting lots of colors. I don't know if you sew or draw, but like almost impressionistic art with you, dear. So, but you're using a different, what's the word, modality with your art or your creativity, and then let it shine. You've kind of worked one aspect of yourself. Now you can turn the tables and use a different medium is the word I'm using. Use a different medium for your artistic creative expression. You'll know what I'm talking about in April at the solar eclipse. Oh, quilting, yes. Okay. All right. Very good, Maria. You're giving me some nice feedback. Yeah. Back to your sewing, creativity, crochet, quilting. Okay. Maybe it's quilting, darling. Okay. Good. So thank you. Thank you. For that feedback. And blessings to you, Maria. All right, we're going to do another message here. Oops, thumb. Okay. I'm with Leslie Russell. Leslie, I'm getting the twins. I'm seeing twins. I don't know if you have twins in the family, but I'm getting the word twins or twinning, or there's someone I don't know. I know what I'm saying here. With you, Leslie, I'm seeing someone who is reflecting your beauty and reflecting your attitudes and your personality like a twinning, like might be a daughter or a sister. It's a female who is reflecting back to you, and you're reflecting back to this individual as well, and going back and forth. I don't know why I'm getting that. I'm stuck on that, but I immediately want to say that. And there's going to be a lot of interaction with this person that is similar to you. I'm getting some travel this year. I'm seeing some travel with destinations you haven't been to previously. I get the word southwest. I don't even know, I'm not even sure where you're living, or southwest from where you're living. Southwest, and enjoying some more profound travel. I'm also picking up that you might be doing some advanced meditation or advanced mediumship techniques, and stay with it, and don't be frustrated, because things will all kind of pull together for you. You have to have trust, and you have to have patience. I'm getting that from Spirit, and I leave that with you, Leslie. Because I'm not going to see you guys next week, I'm going to do 2 more quick ones. Jerry Duffy, I'm with you. Jerry, as I'm tuning into your energy, I'm seeing something to do with a new vehicle, or packing things up to travel in a new way. It's low to the ground, this vehicle. At first, it was almost like a like a I don't know. I'll just keep on talking here. Um, it was like a low truck, like a towing, a lot like not like an RV, but a towable. I don't know what they're called, like a camper, a towable camper, but it's a vehicle, but it's towing something. I don't know if you're planning to doing some camping or this summer, or just getting on the road, but that was the first thing I was connecting when I was into your energy. You're in an exploration phase of your life, and it's okay. Really pull out all the stops, because when you travel, Jerry, you're actually enhancing a lot of your skill sets to help other people. Every time you go someplace new and different, your psychic awareness, your intuitive awareness picks up. It's like reading a book for many of us. You travel and you just absorb the knowledge and the information. So number one, I'm feeling travel with you, especially right when the summer starts, especially in the Northern Hemisphere. I'm seeing Gemini, Jupiter activating your chart beautifully. Now that happens on May 25th. So you might want to launch the summer late in May with some travel. Okay, I'm gonna do another one. Marcy Ann, and with you, darling. As I'm tuning into your energy, Marcy Ann, I'm aware of my hands on my heart, like I'm just wanting to exhale and just relax, because there's been some tension. I think revolving yourself and how you were feeling, but sometimes we reach a point and everything is just fine and still and relaxed. And this has to do with some worry concerning your own physicality. But I want to exhale and relax and look forward to March. Something's happening for Marcy in March. And it feels to me that like there's a new expansive opportunity, not so much travel for fun as much as it is like a seminar, a conference, retreat, something that's enhancing you. And it feels like this is in the lunar eclipse time of March 25th. We have a beautiful lunar eclipse this year at 7 degrees of Libra. So check that date for you, Marcy Ann. I get the word Papa with you. I'm not sure if that means a father or a grandfather that's watching over you and extraordinarily proud of the way you have stood up for yourself during some politically charged situations with your career. That just because you are a gal, you're not going to be discredited or disrespected. So there. And they're very proud of you, Marcy Ann. I'll leave that with many blessings. All right. Oh, it's Papa Dale. Okay. You give you some fabulous. Okay. I think we did. And we did this. Okay. I'm going to do. All right. All right, Jan, I am on. Hi, Shar. Oh, yes. You sent me a message, and I checked my text messages, and I'll check back with you when we get off tonight. So let's just do one more, because I won't be on next week. Please, friends, I won't be on, but I hope you miss me. I'll miss you. I'm just taking a little bit of a break. Okay. Nicole Budnowski, Ferrugia. I'm a terrible pronunciation, person. I can't even pronounce the word pronunciation. Nicole, Nikki, may I come to you? Nikki, may I come to you? Okay. Nikki. Are you still in the room? Hello. All right, I'm gonna come with you, darling. So what I'm picking up with you, man, you have been, the word that comes to mind, Spirit is saying you've been putting things a little bit on hold with your spiritual development. And when you relax and when you don't think about it, it starts to blossom. And it's been coming. You've been getting information and guidance in your dreams or in your daydreams. Like, you're just driving along, all of a sudden you go, bang, you got to do this, Nikki, bang. So you're really connecting with Spirit in a new way because you're not trying so hard. I'm not sure if that resonates with you, but that's the message I'm getting for you. I'm also getting a, what are those things called in barbershops? Those barbershop poles, the barbershop poles. They're like, black and white or red and white. I'm seeing that with you. And I'm trying to understand why I'm doing that for you. I mean, you're not a barber. I don't know if there's someone from Spirit who was a barber. I'm asking. But I'm thinking there's an old-fashioned quality about a gentleman that's coming in from Spirit. I will start with that. And he had a wonderful ability of being able to connect with many different people in the community, kind of like in a townsy, villagey type of way. I'm with your father's side of the family, and I'm going back 2 generations. So that'll be a grandfather. And he had either a small business, maybe a barbershop, I have no idea, but he's saying that you would like to have a place where you could meet and greet people, and hold on to that vision, hold on to that idea, because 2024 is the year that you start to have a place to see people, to counsel them, to do some sort of spiritual work. I'll leave that with you, Nikki. Okay. All right. Thank you, friends, for being here. And I appreciate it so much. I'm wishing you all the best, good illumination light at the full moon. I'd love to give you all messages, but I want to make sure you all get some sleep tonight. And also because I have a reading yet tonight. I have one more reading tonight. So you can also, you're welcome to give me a, go on my website, make an appointment for a reading. I do 15-minute readings, even little touchstone readings. Please don't forget our wonderful people and services at the Cosmic Intelligence Agency. There's so much wonderful, valuable information that's shared by the astrologers who work at the CIA, whether it be webinars, joining the CIA. Please sign up for my newsletter. I have such exciting news about the great North American spiritual eclipse retreat. I'm going to be making it multi-tiered so people can come for 1 day, for 2 days, for 3 days. It's going to be a focus on healing. If you're not in North America, consider coming in to Buffalo, New York, and see the great total eclipse, and stay at an old nunnery on the Niagara River that's very safe and spiritual, relaxed, and sacred. So we're going to be doing that retreat, of course, on April 8th for the Great American Eclipse. Totality. See you in 2 weeks tonight, friends. Sending you lots of love and lots of appreciation for being here. And enjoy the full moon. Remember to play. It's a full moon in Leo. Many blessings.